Or maybe get Dr. Durrant to assess that in the next leg. But right now, Harry Ward's busy winning this leg and doing it with a stunning start. How about that for a Monday morning?
This was the combination that started those problems. Pretty much where he hit. He doesn't want to hit the Big Ten again. Smack bang in the middle, 2-2.
That hit and miss shown over the course of a week here as Ward tees up tops. And this game goes the distance.
Harry Ward.
Well, he has that really long dart, doesn't he? He even totally ignores it.
Well, that's why we said that the flatty might come into play, because he'd block it. He's decided to go a completely different route there. He got the treble, so you can't criticise it. But he couldn't hit the double, and Harry Ward does. So in a nip and tuck game of darts, it is taken by Harry Ward. The first match of Group A on week 10 of Series A. Good respect between the pair. A decent darting duel. Nothing really in it, but the points are in the pocket of Ward, who wins the opener here on Monday morning. And following it is Conan Whitehead, former champion here. He takes on Joe Croft. Of any player involved this week, and the fact that he's played so many more games than most of them, that's quite special, really, isn't it? Usually a short trip, you've got a chance of a higher average, but over all of those matches, he's doing pretty well. Croft doing pretty well here, though. And he leads Whitehead, now 3-1.
Perfect first start, but they were very wild on the double 10. Speaking of wild, Joe Croft was absolutely superb. And just something there, I just think Conan might have made them. Obviously, there's no crowd in here, a little bit of noise there. All hands are shaking, and Conan Whitehead is back in this game. He apologises. No one's going to argue with Conan Whitehead, Chris, are they, surely?
No, I don't know what he was doing there. Something to do with maybe putting his glass down on the table a little bit heavy-handed. Or now he's trying to steal the throw as well. Even then, Joe's not arguing with him. Just carry on, Conan. You do what you want, mate.
36. Conan,
he has been known to go for the ball from time to time. Don't think he's going to do that. Oh, he does. Well, straight for it. Missed it and can't clean up.
42.
An incredible potential ending to this match. I didn't expect the bullseye. 8-9 missed darts at a double for Joe Croft.
And none of them until they were match darts, Glenn. Before that, he was perfect. Now, he's level. And not only that, Whitehead has broken. And he has the darts to win the game.
7 from final.
For the match. Conan Whitehead gets his first 2 points of the week. He was second best for the majority of that game. And that's a very, very quick handshake there from Joe Croft, who'll be very disappointed. He missed so many missed darts for the match, 8 in total. And Conan Whitehead just sort of explaining what happened in that situation there. But Conan Whitehead, from being second best, he takes the opening spells. 2 games played and both gone the 4-3 distance.
Marvin, you've required 50. Game shot.
A bit of a reaction there from
Marvin
Van Velzen. That's quite early in a game, in a week, to be doing that.
Marvin, you require 24.
Well, it's been a very impressive performance from Marvin Van Velzen. He really fancies his chances this week. Can he see it out? Yes, he can. It's marvellous, Marvin Van Velzen. And what a fantastic start against one of the favourites this week in Stefan Belmont. We talked about streaky players, and that's the kind of play that Marvin has. I think he had a strategy just to take his time throughout that game. Very adaptable, very impressive, and a great start for the Dutchman. But I've even got a stat here of how hard the darts are going into the dartboard. And Harry Ward is throwing the dart harder.
180.
As he hits the 180 there than he was in his first game. That's a stat.
Where'd you get it from, Glenn? Where'd you get it from?
Just this button here.
132. Harry require 82.
It's been a fantastic response here from Harry Ward. You look at the centre of the board. That is plumb.
Oh, I'm not sure what that was in.
50. Conan, you require 8. Game shot on the second leg. Conan Whitehead.
Everything going Conan's way at the moment, Mav. He has to go for Big H. He won in his opening game of the day. The first match against Bradley Brooks. Needs double 18.
Game
He
shot
said it
on the
needed to go, and it
fourth
certainly did.
Harry
113
Ward.
finish for Harry Ward. Absolutely fantastic.
Leaves himself on a finish, but Whitehead's going to leave him on a better one.
180. Harry record 106.
Always hits a 180. Always.
Well, that one could be priceless.
128. Conan, you record
Tees up
28.
double 14 for a 4-1 win. Conan Whitehead
Game shot and the match.
conquers Harry Ward
Conan Whitehead.
and does it emphatically as well. A 3-leg margin of victory for Whitehead, a 94 average for the Series 1 champion here at the Super Series, and he builds on which was a much more hard-fought win in his opener when he got the better of Joe Croft 4-3, but there Ward goes down 4-1. Tightened his grip on the game. May only be the bull though now. 63 remaining, 13. Great dart to leave double 12.
Game shot on
And
the
that is a
second leg.
fantastic rescue
Stephen
that
Belmont.
from Stephen Belmont, who restores order in the game.
So for the lead, and to go one away.
Double 18.
Game
And he
shot on
takes
the
another
fifth
chance.
leg.
That's
Stephen
what he's been
Belmont.
doing in this game. 3 out of 5 on the doubles now. Brooks, despite having an average of 10
Sit back, it's Bradley
points
to
more
throw
with
first.
103 and change, finds himself behind.
Will he be back for the match? Treble 17 needed. Gets for tops.
Game shot on the
Very, very
sixth
nicely
leg.
done by Bradley Brooks. When he
Brooks.
needed to produce a good checkout, he did.
Well, Stephen Belmont comes with a big reputation. And that performance
Game
backs
shot
that
and the
statement up. That
match.
was a really good
Stephen
match.
Belmont.
It's head shaking there from Bradley Brooks, but he played his part. Bradley Brooks himself with a losing average of 102. But Stephen Belmont was superb on his throw in that last leg decider there. Look at those numbers. That is sparkling stuff. 97.57. Poor Bradley Brooks. 2 matches, 2 4-3 losses, but a super, super game.
2 10s then for a 4-0 win. Croft, crestfallen. Van Velzen
Game
victorious.
shot and the
A
match.
4-0 win
Marvin Van Velzen.
for Marvin Van Velzen, who makes a marvellous start to the day. Yes, he's happy about it. And it is back-to-back victories for the Dutchman here at the Modus Super Series, whereas Joe Croft walks off the stage without a leg in that game, without a point to his name today.
Harry require 40.
Could have
Game
just done
shot
that
on the
last
third
time,
leg.
Harry.
Harry Ward.
3-0. 2 darts available. Only needs one of them, and Harry Ward wins 4-1. A very
Harry
comfortable
Ward.
victory against Stephen Belmont. Much fancied in this group, but it's Ward who has waltzed through that game with little trouble, and Belmont, whose performance might bother him a little bit there because he's only averaged over 75, missing 8 darts at double in the process. Ward better off by almost 10 points and by 3 legs. He picks up the point.
Free from that. First match start.
38.
He's
Marvin,
been
you've
successful
required
with some
80.
darts like that in this game already. How much metal is in the way of Marvin here?
Game shot on the
He
fifth leg.
ticks it off.
Marvin Van Velzen.
It's the same target at tops again. And it's 3 wins out of 3 from Conan Whitehead. He was a big favourite going into this week. He's injury free, and isn't he looking good against a very, very impressive Marvin Van Velzen. That was labelled the top of the table clash, and you can see what it means to Conan Whitehead. A few little fist pumps there. Conan Whitehead is looking very, very good. He was averaging round about the 90 mark throughout the game. Marvin Van Velzen going into that last leg was averaging over 101. Instead of keeping the game simple, stare at that treble 20, easy. Stare at the tops, easy peasy.
Sean the third.
Bradley Brooks is back in this
Bradley
game.
Brooks.
Double 20 to take it.
32.
Oh, that is close.
Bradley required 36.
And that was his eye line as well. Great camera shot there. Perfect Marcus Shuley for Bradley.
Game Sean the sixth.
The execution of the second
Bradley
perfect.
Brooks.
Another great game. Bradley Brooks has been involved in 4 threes
7 for
galore
five against
today,
Bradley
but
to
he's
throw
losing
first.
them. But Croft is right behind him. What a conclusion to this game. He's lost 2 games 4-3 already today, but fair play to Bradley Brooks. He wins a game 4-3. And the problems stack up once again for Joe Croft, but Joe played so much better in that game. He was the better player for the majority. But for Bam Bam, he looks a bit of a relieved man. He's actually played well today and lost games. That one, he wasn't as strong, but he got over the winning line. A good game between 2 good players, but Brooks is up and running.
In it goes. Belmont gets a victory. He's the first
Belmont
to win against Whitehead. A 4-2 success. A little scowl on the face of Conan as he's conquered for the first time in Group A this week. He exits the stage having tasted defeat, whereas Belmont, oh, little shrug there. I'm not sure Conan was too happy about something.
For his first 2 points of the day.
No score.
And that's what happens when you're searching for that
Harry
first
required
win.
40.
Missed match darts again for Joe Croft. Could have had plenty of points to
Game
his name
shot
today. He
before
hasn't
there.
got any yet, and he hasn't
Harry
got this
Ward.
one wrapped up just yet. Well, it looks inviting. Does he stay there? He does. For double 15. Yes, that is the win for Joe Croft. Absolutely
Croft.
brilliant way to win it as well. A firework finish from Croft to pick up his first points in Group A this week. That will cheer him up. That will make him feel better. It's a worried Ward who had a difficult game there. He exits the stage. Already picked up a couple of wins, but will need to really up his game if he's going to add to that against Marvin Van Velzen later. Joe Croft will be back in a couple of games' time to take on Stefan Bell after the darts are thrown. Van Velzen, if he hits this, he's going to give it large.
Game shot in the third leg.
Largish.
Marvin Van Velzen. Marvin,
Did
you
not
require
expect that.
5.
I thought the tide was turning and maybe just a little bit of luck on Bradley Brooks' side. Just be careful with the big number. Plump, perfect. Take your time, stare at the double 2. And it's victory V for Val Velzen. He goes top
Marvin
of the
Van Velzen.
table. Magnanimous in defeat as always is Bradley Brooks. He knows exactly where the camera is, and why not? He's had a fantastic day. It's a tough Group A. And maybe Marvin Van Velzen will have been seen to be the outsider, but he's played tremendously well. Once again, Bradley Brooks averaging way over 90, but on the losing side of the table there.
I don't know if you'd be the influencer or the professional these days, Glenn.
Well, I was just thinking that I've got 75,000 followers, so maybe I'm an influencer. I might win a game. I can see me play. Is it Flatface who played last time? Is that his name?
I think you're referring to
96.
Pieface.
Pieface. I reckon I could beat. I reckon
136.
I could beat him.
30 darts missed at double in the game. Although one of the darts that was missed did hit a double. In fact, more than one has done that.
180.
No trouble with the trebles here from Belmont all of a sudden.
60.
The beginning of the end, you sense. One more big score here from Belmont. And you have to say it's sort of come from nowhere, really. This is what he can do, and that's a term we've used all day.
180.
And arguably his last 2 scoring visits, 180, 180. We've waited all day for that, Stefan.
140.
And for an 11
Devin, you
darter
require
to
41.
finish proceedings for the Super Swiss. Double top. And Stefan Bellman just joined that gaggle of players on 6 points.
Stefan Belmont.
Joe Croft, that's a quick handshake to both the player and referee.
30 darts missed at double in the game. Although one of the darts that was missed did hit a double. In fact, more than one has done that.
180.
No trouble with the trebles here from Belmont all of a sudden.
60.
The beginning of the end, you sense. One more big score here from Belmont. You have to say it's sort of come from nowhere, really. This is what he can do, and that's a term we've used all day.
180.
And arguably his last two scoring visits, 180, 180. We've waited all day for that, Stefan.
140.
And for an 11 darter to finish proceedings for the Super Swiss. Double top. And Stefan Bellman just joined that gaggle of players on 6 points. Joe Croft, that's a quick handshake to both the player and referee. More to come from Joe Croft, that's for sure. But for Stefan Belmont, he wasn't at his brilliant best, but he saved his best till last. And Stefan Belmont wins that game quite comfortably in the end.
29.
Yeah, look, he missed that last one by a mile. No reason for Conan White to go for the 180 apart from to annoy Bradley Brooks there, to get the referee Owen Binks to shout the 180 for the lights to flash and to put him off.
37.
Did it work?
Well, he had to wait for the cameraman at the end there, didn't he?
Game shot in the third leg. Conan Whitehead.
Maybe that trick did work for Conan Whitehead.
Bradley required 25.
Looks a frustrated player right now. And Bradley Brooks, who's had his ups and downs today, at times he's played really well and lost games. I think he'll accept the fact that he's won 2 games and lost 3 games, and he'll see the positives from that. For Conan Whitehead, he'll be left with a possible chance he's missed. Won his opening 3 games today, lost his last 2. And like I say, 77.89 for Conan Whitehead. But he'll be disappointed with the doubles. But for me, Bradley Brooks really looks solid in that game. Remember, it's on the throw, Marvin Van Velzen. He doesn't want to lose his throw. And with that dart there, to leave double 18, absolutely perfect. Really like that.
Chooses double 18. And Ward wins it, and that means it is going to be a really tight race in this group. 4 players all tied on 6 points, including the 2 that are leaving the stage in the final game of the day, which was won by Harry Ward by 4 legs to 2 after Marvin Van Velzen had a bit of a disaster.